out to campaign 2020. Polls are now closed for day 2 of in-person early voting. There were not nearly as many long lines and wait times as we saw yesterday, when more than 71,000 ballots were cast in Miami-Dade and Broward. Exactly 2 weeks out from the November election, more than 3 million Floridians have exercised their constitutional right.
But tonight, the story is the backlash one uniformed City of Miami police officer is facing after he was photographed wearing a pro-Trump mask while voting in full uniform with his badge and gun. CBS 4's Ty Russell joins us now with a reaction to this. Ty?
Well, Elliot, this all happened less than 24 hours after the city's mayor and the city police chief held a news conference yesterday saying that voter intimidation will not be tolerated. And then tonight, one of the city's officers is accused of just that, and the department is saying that officer is now in trouble. These are pictures of a Miami police officer at a polling site this morning. The officer is seen wearing a face mask that says Trump 2020 no more and an expletive. They were taken by the chair of the Miami-Dade Democratic Party.
I was shocked when I saw it, but I knew it was important to make sure that it was documented.
Steve Simonides says the officer was there to vote, but he says this can be considered voter intimidation from others. It comes a day after the city's police chief held a news conference warning people voter intimidation will not be tolerated.
A uniformed officer with a badge and a gun wearing a Trump mask inside of a polling place is absolutely unacceptable and shouldn't be tolerated.
In a tweet, Miami police said it's aware of the pictures, and this behavior is unacceptable, a violation of departmental policy, and is being addressed immediately. The Fraternal Order of Police said it is aware of the picture. In a statement, the union president said in part, police officers also have First Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution, as well as the right to vote uniform pursuant to Florida state law. The national union did endorse President Trump.
I can't see into his mind or heart, but it can be interpreted by someone who is there as something of an expression of intimidation or pushing his political views on someone while he's in uniform. And that's not acceptable.
Miami City Commissioner Ken Russell says all staff received a reminder today about city policy. Employees are not allowed to take part in political activities, campaign, or help candidates during work or even during off-duty assignments and other types of leave. The document also says state law bans government employees from taking part in political campaigns while on duty.
You should not see an officer at a polling location unless they're voting. And if you feel in any way intimidated by anyone who's at the polling location, you should call 911.
The commissioner is also clearing up confusion following a news conference about safety and security at polls yesterday. Monday, Miami Mayor Francis Suarez said this.
Officers who are in plain clothes will be at polling places to guarantee a safe and welcoming environment.
State law bans officers directly at polling places unless voting, but officers can be nearby in the neighborhoods and ready to respond if there's an emergency. And today, City of Miami Mayor Francis Suarez describes that officer's behavior as unacceptable, and he said that that officer is under investigation for breaking departmental policy. Now, even though the department and other staff received an update about policies today, the department hasn't said which policy the officer is accused of breaking, and we also don't know the punishment. We are live outside the Miami Police Department. I'm Ty Russell, CBS 4 News.